Okay, this is going to be a brief supplement to what we've seen so far about the tetrastructure of creation. The point here is that the symmetry of the structure E is such that the order of the subscripts, the naught, the 1, the 2, and the 3, whether you start with 0 or with 3, it doesn't matter. What does matter is the logic of the 4 categories the whole structure is predicated on. Now, from the point of view of information theory as a ground for the content of the structure E, created existence, I'm going to use the symmetry built into the tetrahedron to switch the subscripts by rotation from 3 to 0, in such a way that we now have the heavens, Hashamayim, denoted E sub 3 instead of E sub naught, the earth, Haaretz, denoted E sub 2 instead of E sub 1, the waters, Hamayim, denoted E sub 1 instead of E sub 2, and the depths, the abyss, Tehom, denoted E sub naught instead of E sub 3. Now let me back up a little to explain the why and the value of this rotation, which is especially pertinent with respect to information theory in light of its foundation in Genesis 1. Indeed, the revealed text of Genesis 1 lays out a logic that does not conform to the abstraction of immediate experience, and therefore does not conform to what we call classical logic, although, as we shall see, it does include it. The complex analogical system of signs and the bottom line extended logic implicit to the text of Genesis 1 exceed our common experience of describing the world, which we typically do in terms of pairs of opposites. An ungrained reading will, for example, conceive of a sort of primordial antagonism between the heavens and the earth, and consciously applying the principle of the excluded middle, which is indeed a law, a principle from classical logic. By such a reading, all things resulting from the primordial act of creation must ultimately come down to 0 and 1 bits, as if that's all we had. Which caused no lesser than Leibniz himself, seized by the creative power of base 2 arithmetic, to exclaim, omnibus ex nihilo, ducendis sufficit unum. One is enough to lead all from nothing. However, the revealed text of Genesis 1, verses 1 to 2, highlights the key fact that the divine act of creation brings about 4 synchronal yet distinct terms: E sub 3, the heavens; E sub 2, the earth; E sub 1, the waters; E sub naught, the depths, the abyss. In other words, and that's the value of rotating the subscripts, as we've done, no longer merely a 0 and a 1 binary matrix to derive all information from, as Leibniz imagined, to essentially give its proper basis to computer-generated, man-made, quote-unquote reality, but a fourfold informational structure of existence created and dynamically held as a whole, simultaneously involving 0, 1, 2, and 3, no longer just zeros and ones.